Seni kaligrafi di China dapat ditelusuri dengan tanda dan simbol kuno China yang muncul seawal 6,000 tahun yang lalu. Menurut Wei Lu dan Max Icon dalam karangan mereka, asal dan evolusi sistem penulisan China dan hubungan pengiraan awal. Sejak saat itu, penulisan di China melalui serangkaian pembaharuan yang menghasilkan set huruf dan huruf standard baru. Selama 2 abad berikutnya, gaya lain yang dikembangkan adalah Li Shu, Kai Shu, Xin Shui dan Chao Shu. Sehingga hari ini di Malaysia, setiap bentuk ini masih lagi digunakan dalam amalan kaligrafi tradisional Cina, bergantung pada guru dan pilihannya untuk gaya dan estetika, mengikut acara dan perayaan yang dilakukan. Ikuti temu bual kami bersama Encik Eugene, seorang penulis kaligrafi Cina.
Okay, hello Eugene. Thank you so much for accepting my invitation for do an interview for Chinese calligraphy.
Okay.
So I would like I do have a few questions to ask about regarding the Chinese calligraphy, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Okay, I started.
Okay.
Okay. So the first question is, where do Chinese calligraphy come from?
Oh, Chinese calligraphy come from when people don't have pen yet. It's like the birth of the paper. People will want to think how to write on the paper. As you know, paper is invented by the Chinese. Yeah.
So that's mean that,
So
at the
when
that time doesn't have paper, is it? They just write it on where?
if before that people write by carving.
Oh.
By carving. Carving, they mean carve on only 2 things. Carve on a stone and carve on wood.
So when it was started, do you know exactly the accurate years that where it started?
The humanity of it, I think few thousand years already. The dynasty, they always very focus on the literacy and then the poetic wordings of the person. You see, so the what we call it the poems, Chinese poems, and that goes hand in hand with calligraphy. Why I want to say poems, because normally you see the calligraphy is also this painting in the way that you are using same brushes. However, calligraphy is more on writing the Chinese words itself. Always a Chinese painting is painting the scenery, painting the bamboo, the birds. Yeah.
What are the famous? What is the famous style in Chinese calligraphy? The famous one that everyone's doing it.
We don't say it's famous, but it will have a few main style, I would say. The first style we will say is the typical Xingsu. The Kaisu. The Kaisu is something like when you read the Chinese books, the textbooks, and then the newspaper, the square one. The square one, the one they call it the Kaisu. Kaisu is like very proper one, like our computer Chinese wording, square one, that one, Kaisu. So, Kaisu. Then, because Kaisu have a very proper and, it seems like English like that, ABC, when people is good with it, they want to write faster, right? They want to be more stylo. So then it become a Xingsu. Xingsu, that means Xingsu is something faster than Kaisu. It's a more faster way of writing. So because they need to write faster, then they need to shortcut a lot of strokes.
What is the material and tool needed in the doing this calligraphy?
Okay, if you talk about calligraphy, the one that I show you just now is actually paper and brushes calligraphy.
Actually, your opinion about step to preserve Chinese calligraphy in Malaysia? How actually we can interrupt all the Chinese calligraphy for young generation?
Oh, I think this one is slowly dissipating and going to lost in terms of culture lah.
Okay. So is there any problem? Have you write a calligraphy while you're writing a Chinese calligraphy? Is there any problem you're facing to learning the Chinese calligraphy?
In terms of what?
In terms of writing and what you're facing while you actually learn to write.
Oh,
Hmm.
oh, if I write,
Ah.
I think I writing calligraphy like I mentioned. Firstly, you need to, if the traditional way of it, you need to go and refine the ink first lah. You need to go and refine the ink and make the ink, then only can. If not, then you get nowadays more convenient way is that you go and buy the ink lah. You know, then you no need to refine the ink lah.
Oh.
Then some even now more convenient, like you can buy from internet. Then you have the paper. You only use plain water also can already.
How to appreciate Chinese calligraphy? What do you think about that?
Oh, I think to appreciate the Chinese craft, you need to have a Chinese culture lah. Yeah, it's just like it's just like if you say from another race, if you don't know about Chinese word, although you can see maybe the handwriting is very nice,
Yeah.
but you don't know writing about.
I don't
It
know.
may be
I
maybe
see Chinese calligraphy when every time in Chinese New Year they write in a piece of red paper, right? They try to write with the brush and everything over there. I don't really understand what is it, but it's really pretty, and I appreciate the handwriting because you have to like bring really soft, especially the brush and everything to make the Chinese word nicely.
yeah. So if you see it, the beauty of it is only half of it only, because you ask me how the difficult challenging, because some people they don't know the word ma. Why they don't know word? They don't know Chinese ma. So you to appreciate the thing, firstly you must recognize what is the word. It's just like if you ask me what does the Jawi mean, I also don't know, because since young I'm not exposed to the kind of learning of what word or how to pronounce the word, what the word meaning. So you will lost touch lah. You only cannot understand lah. You see, so the words itself, you must have a Chinese literacy to understand the Chinese word lah. And normally Chinese calligraphy, they write the words in poems, and these are 4 words, and the idioms. All these are sometimes the poem is talking about the scenery, how beautiful the scenery, So or how to live a life and things like that. So you can only see the handwriting, but you cannot see the content. So you cannot appreciate what the author want to tell you or what they want to depict of you. And even in Chinese words, the 4 words is a very generic. There's a meaning behind one. So you need to understand and guess the meaning. Not say guess, you understand what you want to say. But the author who writes a word, he only write 70% only. From the wording, you need to understand what he tried to tell you. Like that.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. The other what?
Yeah. So just like poem.
So I guess I have to
poem, you read a poem.
I have to learn a few Chinese words, then I'll be understand what the Chinese calligraphy is.
Yes, correct.
Thank you so much, Mr.
Just like Japanese
for explaining the whole what is actually Chinese calligraphy is.